close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
OG's turn to pick.
Or Derek. I mean, this seemed like the thing at the major, right? You pick SC, Grimstroke, and Darkseer against Terrorblade, and you use his own strength against him.
Exactly. You create that illusion and you just kind of A-click it on him, or even, you don't even A-click it on him, you A-click it on this like poor Clockwork or Lion who's just walking beside the fight, and this random illusion just comes and smacks you down. But yeah, OG fully going for fight. They can't really flex Leshrac to the end of the draft because they're not second pick, so they're going to have to decide what's happening here. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a Leshrac carry, putting more emphasis on maybe Thompson in the mid lane.
This is the best Clockwork game I've ever seen.
It's very good.
It's very good versus all four of those heroes. If he gets a little bit of farm priority and he can get to a Blade Mill, I can see him destroying this game.
Yeah, Nyx right now doesn't have a free game. He doesn't have that instant int hero that he's blowing up. And Gambit's lineup is all about just kind of playing in pairs. And Lion is one of the best counters to Nyx because you have the Hex to stun him through Carapace. You can then layer your stun after. And just the idea of Gambit's lineup is you play your lanes and then you just play behind your DK pushing towers, or you protect your jungle as TB accelerates his way to that 2-3 item timing.
Yeah, if Gambit are able to group up, this Nyx just turns into a stun in team fights. That's all he really contributes.
I guess you have ET to kind of bridge that. So if Gambit is running around as a group for towers, the ET turnaround, that kind of sleep, the Echo Stomp, we saw that as well, the major, the beautiful 4-5 man Echo Stomp from Fly turned into a split. Like that's the scenario OG probably plays for.
They did lose that game on EG, but it did look good, right?
It was a pretty play. All right, we don't have to remind everyone that EG lost a major,
Context
right? It's
is
too
relevant.
soon. It's been like 3 days.
OG banning out a handful of mid laners. They're expecting this DK to, I guess, be in the offlane position. And Gambit banning out a Pugna.
Ah, yes. And now, they're respecting Thompson, right? So the idea this is carry Leshrac for Sumo. And now what is that extra little something that pushes through and just wins you the game with this kind of skirmishing fight? A Pugna would be great.
I like this idea of banning Pugna though, because you can see they're thinking about the meta beyond just the major.
Yeah.
Because no one really used Pugna to counter Terrorblade, but it is one of the traditional counters. High magical burst, save it first physical. Good for Terrorblade.
I think Ember might be another warranted ban here. We've seen this as well. Just kind of you play your lane and then you instantly run into the jungle. I think that's what OG lacks right now, is the hero that can just run into the jungle and poke the hero.
Especially with the Iron Shell, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's why I think obviously the double value of that.
Is there any reason why you guys are favoring this Leshrac as a one position as opposed to a mid laner?
Sumo, that's literally it. I think that's just the factor that he brings, and also if you look at like kind of Thompson's pubs and history, like he's not really been the Lesh specialist. Right. But I think if anything, this Leshrac was a flex between playing and carry.
I wouldn't mind them playing at mid. It's just the carry pool is a bit hard to play with the ET5 if you want a melee carry. Like Juggernaut's okay, but ET Juggernaut's like not that good a lane, I would say. I wouldn't actually mind a Juggernaut pick or some aggressive carry. They need something aggressive this game. I don't think you want to try to scale against a terribly DK Lion. You do have Darkseer, so you have some potential, but I think OG as a team are very comfortable playing
Thompson
more
talking.
aggressive.
We should do the analysis here. If he's moving his lips...
He's chuckling.
It's not him. He's
not talking too much. Okay, all right. I just have to check now.
I mean, Gambit checked both their boxes. They ban out a carry with the Drow Ranger, and they ban out the Pugna.
Thompson actually did play mid-drow as well during the DPC.
Really?
Yeah, it was... He just played aggressive, and
it looked pretty good too, right?
It did look pretty good. And this is now Pangolier. Oof!
Oh, he's been spamming that in pubs, I think, too.
Yeah,
like
he's...
Hoodwink, Pangolier, and
Monkey King?
Monkey King,
yeah. They're the big three.
Oh yeah, they're playing a lot of Monkey King come out this series. Seb has been playing it a lot as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Pangolier here. The team fight you have, it's very nice versus meta. Like we mentioned, Terrorblade, when he metas, he wants to stand there and hit people. But if you roll onto him, he can't stand there. You have the disarm, always good. And again, it's an Iron Shell carrier. They don't have a traditional technology, but they have the building damage and team fight to sort of close out the map and outscale them.
Gambit needs some kind of cheap wave clear right now, because the issue for them is Terrorblade pushing lanes with illusions will be instantly kind of mitigated from OG running around and killing quite quickly. And they don't have that easy way to get lanes out. And OG, they're going to push out lanes and run at you collectively. You know, Leshrac 1-2 items, Pangolier with, you know, just a javelin. They're going to be running around finding kills, and it's going to be an absolute onslaught if OG wants to win this game.
I think they should pick a different offlaner. Something that wins the lane. That's what I would think. Because I think DK does pretty well versus Pango. Sure. Farm well. If he leaves, you can pressure that tower. And the mid heroes that push out lanes, they're very susceptible to ganks. I'd be scared of it right now. Like Alina, like you're gonna die in mid ganks. Okay, that actually works.
Counter aggression.
It can push out the lanes without being picked off, which I like. I'm a bit concerned about the Nyx versus Puck matchup, but I think they're very confident in it.
Ooh, this is OG's coming into this first game just with the mentality of we won TIs with just aggression. And now that we've got Sumal in, we're going to pick a Leshrac and just fully go for it. This could either be an amazing game, or 20 minutes later, they're already out the game because Terrorblade's, fat as hell. So yeah, this is exciting.
They have sick vacuum combos. Every single hero can combo a vacuum on.
That is so true. Oh my god.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see some special
how many
plays.
heroes do you think are gonna get caught in a vacuum into then Lesh stun, into then impale, into stomp?
Into the next Lesh stun
into
from the Lesh shard.
I think they're gonna execute it. OT is a very high execution skill team.
This is beautiful stuff because Gambit they looked very good at the major. They didn't get out of wildcards, but they still look consistent in the position they were put in. So this is the type of draft where kind of patience and confidence in each other. They delayed the game long enough. Their draft is gonna be so strong. But for OG, it's just they only think about themselves right now with this lineup. It's all about can they perform, can they execute, because they can run over this game if they can.
Which way you leaning, Curtis? You think this mid Pango is Thompson getting a little too creative again, or it's just game one? It's just game one of the entire thing. He's
close.
He's got some time.
Good catch. I think OG as a team, how they draft and play is very execution based. If they don't have the players in sync, if they don't have the strategies ready, then they look sort of weaker than other European teams. But when they're firing, like they win 2 TIs. I think Sumail fits in with this very well. I think how OG play is also how Sumail thinks the game should be played. They've played with him before. I think OG are going to take this one.
And we saw in grand finals of the Animajor this dichotomy between EG's lane dominance style versus Chinese teams in general's LGD and off-the-wall picks, bringing them a lot of success. I guess there's a little microcosm of that. Were you at all cooling off on Terrorblade after EG kind of didn't really do very much with it in grand finals?
It has its strengths and weaknesses.
To see how OG perform with this fresh roster that may just bring back shades of early 2020. Let's pass it over to our casters, Sunsfan and Lacoste.
Hello, Sunsfan here with the one, the only Lacoste. I don't think we've actually gotten a
No, we worked, maybe in 2017 together. You definitely did not expect this combo to happen. Not what you asked for, but here we are.
If some people are worried about this combo because I can go off on tangents from time to time, but I have to say, if your movie recommendations are any indication of how this will go, it's gonna be
good. Yeah, we were driving from the airport, talked about talked about the movies, and pretty much we have the similar taste in the movies.
Yep. It's nice to be able to talk to somebody that actually watches things and is cultured in life. So thank you for being
thank you very much. That's why I'm here. But to talk about the draft a bit.
Oh, sure.
Pango on a mid lane, we expected different things from OG where this is their style. If you have Leshrac, if you have Dragonite in the team, you can allow to pick a mid laner who doesn't do any kind of tower damage. So that's a good thing. There's a lot of counter picking in this game. It feels like as Monaco Gambit, they picked all the top tier picks from the last major. You have Lion, you have Dragonite, TB, Puck. These were the most played heroes with the high win rate. You have Lion against the Nyx Assassin, which is always going to be good. That instant Hex can get the carapace off. You have Mana Drain against the Leshrac, drain his mana. You have also way to deal with the illusions, especially if you get that shard. Level 20. So much stuff happening here in this one, and yeah, last pick Puck, I really love it. You want someone to hold him in place so TB can deal the damage, and also silence, leash mechanic against the Pango ruins the hero.
I'm a big Pango lover. I don't know if you know this, Lacoste,
I don't,
but
like
I'm glad
lover or a player?
Both.
Both, okay.
Absolutely.
Do you use quick cast when you play Pango?
I tried it, and it was the only hero that I did try it on. It was pretty good, but then I just went back to it because my settings kept resetting. Because Dota's still in beta.
Still in beta.
Yeah.
Website not in beta anymore.
That's true.
Game's still in beta.
That is true. That is definitely true. But yeah, this should be a pretty good. I mean, this is Sumail's, I guess you could call it his reintroduction to OG. Yes. Played for position 1 for him for a while, but during the COVID restrictions, when it was in the thickest timeline, if you want to call it that, sure, we'll go with that. Not able to actually play with the team, but he was there with Liquid, and I guess it worked out for OG in the end, right?
Yeah, I mean, Sumail King back to mid lane, back to safe lane again. He's, in this game at least, playing mid laner, pretty much from the safe lane.
That's true. That's true.
He knows the hero. He plays 110% off Leshrac. So yeah, let's hop into the game. Seems like we have.
Yeah. So the game was actually paused temporarily.
it wasn't us that wanted to talk, you know, like these goddamn casters.
I talked to production and made sure that we could get a pause at the beginning of the game so that we could be, you know, break the ice, as it were, Mr. Lacoste. But yeah, like you said, we'll be Thompson in the mid lane. And I am very excited to see, because you brought up the fact that he could go for the Echo Saber Diffusal build.
Yes, this is something that I heard. I've tried it. Looks very strong. The double hit, the double proc gives you that tankiness. I've seen him play Pango and put like 2 points in the shield crash. It's 1-2-0 build, and then he puts more points in the lucky shot and the swashbuckle max, of course. With the Diffusal Blade, like, Diffusal Blade has been buffed. We've seen being built on different heroes, so I would not be surprised if he actually goes for that kind of a build.
Thank God there's another pause, because I want to catch up on more movie stuff. Like, I'm just kidding. But yeah, tell me why the Echo Saber is good. Does it proc on every single swashbuckle, or is it still the first proc?
No, it keeps procking. Like you attack
it doesn't go
4
on
times.
cooldown either,
It
right?
doesn't put it on cooldown. Maybe something that will be fixed in the next patch. This is something that I don't like to talk about because I abuse Pango. I'm a Pango spammer. So please delete this SWAT. This didn't happen. I didn't say it.
Okay, that's good to know. I should have been pubbing. I mean, I've stopped playing him for a bit now, but got to go back to that mid lane Pango, it seems.
I have the same feeling about Pango and the Tusk. I feel the hero is super strong. It's just the teams that were winning were not picking the hero and others are copying. That's what the Dota players are good at. Professional e-gamers, we copy other people's strats.
I mean, if we look at the lineup as a whole, I mean, Gambit, obviously at the major, this is a major lineup, right? A lot of these heroes were picked a ton during the major, and then for OG, kind of a mix. We saw a couple Darkseer games, and like you said, I think Pango was completely unpicked. So seeing some different stuff from them, which I guess shouldn't be a surprise because, I mean, they weren't at the major at all.
Yeah, OG was not at the major, so they couldn't do the research. They can't open a Dota club. They didn't know which heroes were played, so they're just playing their own meta.
Well, I feel like if you're watching the major from afar, you're judging people, right? And you see these teams that you've been playing against, a lot of the EU teams bombed out completely, right?
Yeah, that is
action.
correct.
So maybe they have better ideas, or at least think they have better ideas. So some trading of damage here between No Tail and Afterlife. Actually, bottom lane, though. That is going to be first blood for Dream.
It's a super strong lane. I've seen it a lot of times in China. Clockwork position 5, paired up with the Terrorblade. It feels super strong. You have someone to keep them in place. And now if you get to level 2, Cogs, burn their mana or keep them in place. That first wave is very important for TB. Something that I like that I've seen some teams do when they're against Terrorblade. Get 3 people and just kill him during the meta, kind of ruin his first couple of minutes of the game.
Yeah, it's always nice having your ultimate available at level 1, of course.
Yeah.
TB classic. All right, swashbuckle from Thompson. You see the lucky shot does connect on Lorna. I mean, what do you think of this matchup overall? Just Pango versus Puck. Not something we get to see all too often.
I would definitely prefer to play Puck in this type of a matchup. It's easier for Pango with the introduction of the water runes. I don't think I've seen this matchup after the runes have been added. But yeah, he decides to put a different point because he's playing in the Pango. Makes more sense. If he gets a point in a shield crash, might be in a bit of a trouble, so relying on that lucky shot, and it allows you to play a bit more aggressive. In his face, that's why it's called lucky shot. I don't know. I love Pango, but I dislike this part being RNG.
It's not really RNG if you swashbuckle. It's basically guaranteed, right? Pseudo RNG?
Almost, yeah.
But in the laning stage, yeah, it's completely different.
Remember when it was a silence as well?
Yeah, it was many. I think it was every mechanic in the game at some point. The only thing I think it hasn't gone through status resistance.
Yeah, status resistance and bash.
We could get there at some point. Look, Dragon Tail into the Earth Spike, and that's going to net Afterlife to kill in this top lane.
A bit overextended. Line was still level 1, but you can stun him for a long period of time. Dragon Tail plus Earth Spike, more than enough. And we see Sumail, 1-1-1 build. Like, you want to have Lightning just to have an extra slow on top of Orb of Venom that ET has. It's a good setup for a stun. I would assume he's going to put more points in Diabolic Edict, because this is where hero, like, really shines.
I mean, I hate to go back to the Pango again.
No.
I'm very biased about the hero, okay? I find it to be the most fun hero in the game. And we don't get to see it very often, and it's Thompson, so it's like a trifecta. But against Puck, even in mid to late, it's pretty, like, if you get coiled, it feels pretty bad to be to be Pango here.
It
Like,
really
do you go
does.
for that? Do you go for like a Yules and try to get out of the coil with that
It's
quote,
doable.
feature, if you want to call it that?
Yeah, you need to be like extremely skilled, or if you're rich enough, you can just upgrade that Yule
True.
Scepter, get the Wind Waker, break the coil.
We did see that item, I think, twice in the picture, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a really good item in certain situations. It's just that it's super expensive. There are
Yes.
better choices pretty much every single time, but if you want to commit,
Yeah, and I think
it's okay.
the moving aspect to it is cool, but I feel like it's a little situational. It's more using it on teammates is just super broken. And then again, if you're using it on teammates and you're the one buying it, that means you're a core probably, right? So you'd have
Yeah,
to use it on
you want to
core
use
series.
the...
You want to use it on yourself.
Pretty much, yes.
Silence.
Or you need to be a really good friend with that guy. Top lane, Sumail, getting his mana drained. So far, so good for Gambit. Mid lane going relatively well. Off lane, not so much. 5 CS on Dragonite. I expected him to have more CS there.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right. That's pretty brutal actually. I mean, they did.
For a moment, I thought that was a position for Dragonite, that Lion is an off lane.
I mean, I've seen that before. It hasn't been great. That's for sure. Is he gonna get Dragon Tail off onto No-Tail to start things out here? Into the Earth Spike as well, but don't think this is gonna turn to any kind of a kill as No-Tail does get the Echo Stomp. Sumail, no split Earth for another couple seconds here, but they're gonna apply a lot of damage to Afterlife with that Diabolic Edict, but probably just gonna be
He's
fine.
okay. He put another point in Dragon Blood, which means that he doesn't take that much damage from the physical.
Bottom
And
lane.
Stab, one more hit will do the trick.
Oh, Vision. All right, the Courier will take the sacrifice, and I guess OG takes that in the end. Only 35 gold each, as opposed to whatever your life is worth these days, which depends on
more.
who you ask. But yeah, in terms of the CS, extremely even in the mid lane for the most part here. Bottom lane again, some more pressure. Cogs are going to push Soxa out. Gets off that spike carapace. And looks like he's going to be just fine. So 2 members of OG basically waddle back to their fountain. I don't know if you can call that the walk of shame, but it doesn't feel good.
Sox is gonna deny himself.
Okay.
Top.
Lauren up. Yeah. See the Thompson ult coming out. Oh, nice waning rift to dodge it. Can he dodge it again is the question here. Nope, gonna connect into the right click for Thompson.
That was such a nice move. I don't think you should die to puck. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm a bit biased. You know, I don't want to
Bias caster. Yeah.
Pango to get nerfed by he's saying all the positive things. Or
Nice side step here from Afterlife. Gets off the Dragon Tail as well, so No-Tail's in a bit of trouble, but we'll walk away from this. I mean, the big difference is Thompson was level 6 just barely before.
yeah, Puck needs 1 CS.
Yeah, literally 1.
Like, he's actually level 6, but it's a bug not showing on the screen.
Yes. That is crazy. What?
And
That's
here
as
we
close
go.
as it gets. Yikes. Yeah, that feels pretty bad, but that's what happens when I guess you're top. I mean, he only has 1 deny, so just able to push out the waves a little bit faster to get that extra XP.
That was that 1 denied. 36 and 1 CS on Pango. If he
Actually,
have that deny, he would actually be able to live there.
Amazing what you'll find laying around.
And overall, still relatively even to start things out here. Again, very excited to see exactly what Thompson builds. It looks like it will be that Echo Saber like you were talking about.
Yeah,
Has the
I love it.
Stone right now.
It's the build. You'll see how strong it is. Unfortunately, this is probably gonna get nerfed with the swashbuckle, not proccing it, applying slow on every single
I mean,
hit.
that's clearly a bug, let's be honest. Although I would like to try it in 1 pub before this tournament ends. Lornov is in Viz. Gets the through orb off. Dragon Tail. And that's going to be the first kill for Lornov in that mid lane. For that mid laner, I should say.
A bit limited on tower damage. They need less rack to be able to push the towers. Pango does some with the Lucky Shot, has a Blightstone, but it's you know, nothing too significant. So they need to play with the catapult timings.
Yeah, looks to be meta in the jungle for Dream. Level 5 right now. Looks like Sox is going to try to leech a little bit of XP here. We go for a kill. All right. We have the swashbuckle to follow as well. And of course, Dream, not level 6, won't get Thunder anyway. So this is going to be a nice kill for OG with that rolling Thunder. It's actually going to connect an Ein as well. Sox going to get on a couple seconds, see if we can turn this around. This one even more heroes, but Virgin has come to play as well. Cogs keeping Ein alive for now, but there's the shield crash. One more right click would do it, but Thompson can't quite catch up.
Doesn't
They'll
have
break things
mana,
up here.
unfortunately. Getting closer and closer to that Echo Saber.
That is sweet, man.
This is simple math. You hit him twice, double the chances of proccing that lucky shot.
This is true. Oh, Echo Stomp into the split art. Sumail's Pulse Nova doing a lot of work against Afterlife. He's going to get into the tree line, though. Has a pathway, but Lornov is here. Doesn't have coil quite yet. Looks like the right clicks from No Tail. Oh, the coil comes out, though, so they might be able to get a trade here. But Lornov by himself, 1v2. Splitters being faked. More reinforcements in the form of Emergent. End up getting the trade that definitely benefits Gambit.
No Tail manages to get out. This is second death on Sumail. Needs to be a bit more careful, but at least Pango is having a really good time. Echo Saber about to be delivered. Now that I'm thinking about it, I see some synergy. Echo Saber, Echo Stomp. Maybe they needed a shaker on top of it.
Very good. We also have Earth Splitter and Split Earth, so can't wait to mix those up in a fight. That's going to be classic. Already done that at the major, so it can't get any worse than that, I guess. Yeah. I mean, in terms of the start for farm-wise, position 1 versus position 1 here. Lornov, or I should say Dream on the Terrorblade, 3,600 net worth versus Sumail. I mean, it is a position 1, but it's not the same kind of position 1 that we're used to.
No,
like,
definitely.
This is a more high up-tempo lineup for OG.
I would say that OG is kind of an on-timer. Their heroes don't really scale well. On the other side, you have Puck, Terrorblade, and the Dragonite. Dragonite not really having that good of a time, but still will be able to scale. And also Lashrak, I don't see any stacks. I prefer to see higher Lashrak so he can farm the outpost. Sumail gets a kill.
They'll turn it into a tier 1 tower fight. I mean, this is what Lashrak is all about. Just getting kills, bursting down heroes and towers, and obviously can flash farm to a very high degree.
Look at how strong Pango is. This is the build for Thompson. Like, this hero's made for him. You go in, you have damage reduction, you have a double hit, you have Echo Saber that makes you tankier. It's 15 strength, Suns fan. 15.
15? That's pretty good. We get more of a Thompson here if you can get E-Blade at some point, which sounds kind of meh.
Anti-synergy, yeah.
Sadly. Speaking of Thompson, he's going to get... Oh, okay, he actually dodges the stun there, but Sox not able to connect on anything. Shield crashes there on Lornov. See if they can try to turn this around, but there are reinforcements again for Gambit. They don't want to give up this tier 1 tower. Oh, this is an Arcane Rune for Thompson, so that's going to be super nice.
Yeah, you get multiple shield crash off in a fight. So he goes for 4-4-1 build, maxing out the shield crash. 18% per hero times 5. That's a lot. You can do the math on stream. That's quick math right there.
Get that calculator out. I mean, I'm interested to see what talents he goes for because, you know, back when Pango was kind of a mid, people would switch around a bit here, but like in pubs, people just go for. Lukey goes for the mana ranger, but everybody else goes for the.
We're talking about the good players here. It's you know, swashbuckle slash range is something that you want to have. You have a bottle, you have Echo Saber, which provides you with a lot of mana, so you don't definitely need to go for it.
You see a hook shot though, it's going to connect on Soxa. You can see the wall come out though from OG. Is going in. He's already going to lose a member though. Very annoying for Pango to deal with, but the swashbuckle ends up netting them the trade.
Yeah, something that Pango does not like to play into is like Dust, Earthshaker. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not, because you can block it off, you can also bounce off it, and you stop.
Yeah, we're going to see the Dragon Tail, but the Echo Stomp is going to be there to counter. We have TPs coming in for OG as well, and Thompson with the lucky shot and the right clicks, and Sumail's Pulse Nova are more than enough damage to get them Afterlife, and they're going to save that tier 1 tower as a result.
Afterlife needs to be able to play with the team. This tower has 200 HP. Maybe they needed to bring like 1 extra hero to bring it down. Nyx Assassin is level 6. You have to see Vendetta. Level 7. Mixing things up a bit. I'm a big fan of the Max Spike Carapace build.
Another Echo Stomp. Here towards the secret shop of the Radiant. Sumail gets the Split Earth off as well, and I mean he's only level 9, but it is position 1 Lashrak, so that is a lot of damage.
That was such a baller move. You can see that he understands what the Diabolic Edict range is. He popped it before, who could potentially unsleep him there, but still manages to land a stun.
Yeah, so already 2K net worth lead for OG. I mean, coming into this series, like, obviously Gambit made it to the major, OG not so much. Would you have given the favor to OG in the series? Like, are they the favorites here?
I would say so. kind of was impressed and not at all by Gambit. I have the mixed feelings. They did a bit better than I expected, but decided to swap their position. 5 player, BZZ is out. Is in. There you go.
Here, the no ball coming out of the top. As a result, they're just going to use it to back off here. Just came out as well, but find themselves a clockwork kill. Thompson continue right click. Look at Saber going to work. Double damage or double kill for Thompson.
Double damage with the double hit
damage, double
Saber.
kill.
Yeah, it's a quadruple.
I think that's it's 2 to the second power to the second power.
Okay.
It's more than that. Do the math at home again. Good luck.
What did he buy? He bought a power tread, so that's gonna make him even more tankier. I love that. Has a Maelstrom queued up next. Might swap things around. We'll see if he commits for it. I also seen Echo Saber Basher build if you don't have enough lockdown. I've seen either Diffusal Blade or Maelstrom, which Maelstrom's completely fine. So and he also wants to have a shard to be able to protect himself against the Black Coil.
Yeah, the shard's really good on Panga, but after this damage item, with whether it be the Maelstrom or whatever, do you go for Ags this game? Is that actually
I love Ags.
I think it's amazing. And then that means you have to go for that 15 talent, the shield crash.
That's what I was thinking about. I don't think he's even gonna get level 10 talent. Just,
you just
wait, skip it, and then because usually before it was always +3 seconds on the Rolling Thunder. I think Crash CD and Ball might be better here, especially if you want to go for Axe.
Yeah, Afterlife getting the initiation. We're seeing more people get the shield crash talent as a result, but not a whole lot of right-click Pangos coming out overall. So, again, pretty excited to see it. And I think getting that shield crash talent against Cogs is extremely important, because sometimes you can screw it up and go the wrong way, and you'll still be able to fight if you have that shield crash talent.
Yeah, no one likes to get the Cog blocked when you play Pango.
Or in real life either.
Yeah, that is also true. Seb, we didn't talk too much about him. Just doing the Seb job. Has Hood. I've seen a lot of Aghanim Scepter Rush on the Darkseer. I